Hey, it's Rob Speciale. So I was talking with Brian this morning, and a little bit of an issue with setting up Google Meets in the calendar. And I will go to my calendar. Is that? Oh, okay. I want to close that. Going to my calendar. Here's my calendar for next week, and you see I have all the different sections of stuff set up, right? So when I go into one of them and hit edit, you'll see the Google Hangout Meet is there, and it has a code for that meet. And then when I meet with Cyber again later in the week, you'll see that it has a different code. Every meet you make is going to have a different code. And what we're running into is that since we're combining classes in some cases, and the second session here for Cyber isn't at the same time, I can't make this calendar invite duplicate because it's at a different time, if that makes any sense. Like right now, I have it weekly, Tuesday, da 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 da. If I hit custom and I say repeat on Wednesdays as well, Wednesday is at a different time. So it'll screw up the time of one calendar item or the other. So you have to make separate calendar items. And because you have to make separate calendar items, it comes up with a different Google Meet link. And I guess Brian is trying to make a list of all the codes for kids to join the classes. Zoom is so much better at this than Google Meet. Google Meet is not as mature as Zoom, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like an add-on app that Google created about 2.5 years ago for this kind of stuff. It's very good at just doing a quick, like, hey, could you do a Google Meet real quick, and just like get together with a couple of people. But it's not set up to do like here's the link for conference room 2, and that's always the link for conference room 2, or here's the link to Mrs. Speciale, and that's the link to Mrs. Speciale all the time. However, I did come up with a workaround that I think if you go back, even if you've sent out invites, if you change this on your pre-existing Google Meets that you created already, it'll just update the invitation without having to send out a new one, and then Brian will have more consistent information in sending it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new calendar item. Right? I'm just going to call this best. I'm going to add one person. I'm going to go Barbara. Cup of coffee number 2. Okay. So typically when you create a Google Hangout Meet for this kind of stuff, right? You go to conferencing, Google Hangout Meet. It creates this link. You see that there? Go to the drop-down box, drop-down button, arrow, whatever, and it has a Google Meeting ID. There's a little edit button here. So say you want to copy that. Okay. So now I created this. I'm copying it. Barbara's invited. I'm going to hit save. Typically, you send an invite, right? I'm not going to send in this because this is a test one. You hit send, and it sends the invite out as a Gmail and puts it in the calendar of each student that we've invited, right? So I'm going to hit don't send. Okay, there's my test. I'm going to make a second one now. All right, so say this is the same class with a different date. I'm going to do test 2. Right, add a guest. I don't really need to add a guest, but I'm kind of force a habit of doing that, right? Add conferencing, Google Hangout Meet. It creates an entirely different link. However, you can edit that now and paste in the link from the other item. And Google will check it to see if it's a valid link. If I put some other like weird letters and stuff in there that didn't work, like let's just see, say I do ABC, da 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 da. Right? See how it doesn't like that? Because it doesn't exist. So it will check that what you're copying and pasting is a valid link. Now, when I hit save and don't send, right? Now I have 2 different meetings at 2 different times, but the link is the same. It's this one here that ends in GUO, right? And then test 2, GUO. So now what I can do is I have this Cyber One video conference, right? And I have the 2 different ones. I can go into this one here, and what I would do is copy that, save, but go into this one, edit, and edit this, and hit paste. And now I've made it the same link. And now when I hit save, I'm going to go this and following events because I have this scheduled out for the end of the school year at least. I click OK. It's going to say add an optional message, changed the. I don't even need to send another message, right? Now, because when they go into their calendar item in their email, the link should be the same. So I'm just going to hit send. Boom. Now both my two different meetings, two different times, have the same link. So now Brian now should be able to go into each one that he's accepting for and say, here's the link for this, that, and the other thing. What I'm going to do is make that link the same for all my classes, which is what I think we're attempting to accomplish here. Control V. Right. Hold on. Save. And send. Right. That's the same link from over here, right? TPX, yes. Okay, so I'll go back and do this here in a second. So I'm going to change all my classes to that same link. Let me delete these. And that should solve our problem. All right, you got any questions? Give me a buzz. If you find something wrong with what I'm trying to do, or if there's a better way to do it, please let me know. Later.